Myself, Dr. Anju Mishra. I'm Associate Professor in Department of Information Technology, Ajay Kumar Garg Engineering College, Ghaziabad. And today's topic is market basket analysis and frequent pattern mining. So first we need to know that what we mean by the frequent pattern mining. So frequent patterns are the patterns which appear frequently within a data set. So for example, if I am having a certain purchase data set from some supermarket or from some store, then I need to find out that what are the items or pattern of items that are being frequently purchased by the customers. So a frequent item set is one which consists of one or more these patterns. So in a way we can say that frequent item set, which is nothing but a collection of the items which are purchased by the customers most frequently from supermarkets together, that contains such kind of frequent patterns. So frequent pattern mining is often referred to as the frequent item set mining. So these are these terms are interchangeably used, and frequent pattern mining is done using market basket analysis. So to perform or to find out the frequent patterns from the underlying store data set, we need to apply the market basket analysis. So we come to the market basket analysis, that what we mean by this terminology, and how we go for finding out the frequent item sets or frequent collection of items from there. So finding items that the buyer desire to buy is the major goal of market basket analysis. So if I say that, for example, as a company, I just need to find out that what are the items that the consumer or the buyers they desire to buy when they go to the market, and by finding out such items, I can optimize over my sales. I can focus on such items which are frequently purchased by different customers, and that can again give growth to my business. So in market basket analysis, we first of all use it into the retail market, right? For example, so retail market is the one where the customers are buying the goods from, and we analyze the combination of these products that are bought together. And this technique identifies the patterns of frequently purchased item by the customers in the supermarket. So this is the basic goal of market basket analysis, to uncover the patterns of items that are being frequently purchased by the customers. And it can help us in product promotions, to provide good deals to the customers, to provide more attractive offers and sales by the the companies. And it also helps in designing better products. This actually leads to the customer retention. So if you are able to find out what are the needs of the customer, and you are arranging your products based on this fact, then this leads to more customer retention and allows you to be in the competition. Now what the next question is that what are the different types of market basket analysis we have? So there are basically two types. Generally we will say that two types of market basket analysis is available. One is called as the predictive market basket analysis, and the other one is called as the differential market basket analysis. But there is another third type, which is called as the descriptive market basket analysis. And what is the difference between these three? So as the name suggests, predictive one, or the predictive market basket analysis, we also can use a shorter term for this, which is called as MBA, the market basket analysis. So in predictive MBA, what we are trying to do, that we are trying to predict the future sales or the future purchases of the targeted customers. So next is called as the differential market basket analysis. In the differential market basket analysis, what we try to do, that we are focused on finding out the frequent patterns which are focused on certain customer segments or groups. So I'm more focused on a specific group of customers to find out that how these customers are behaving when they come to the market, what are their preferences to purchase from the markets, and that this analysis is more focused across the different segments. So for example, where we can use this differential market basket analysis, we can use this to identify or to specific customer groups. So we can say that it is a customization technique where you are only focusing on certain group of customer segments, and we also can apply it to customer segments. So customer segments, we can use this data to uncover their behavioral patterns, or basically their purchasing patterns here. In descriptive technique, what we try to do, that we try to find out that what are the products the customer is purchasing when the customer is purchasing one product. So for example, if I say that the customer is purchasing item X, then together with X, whether the customer is also purchasing a product Y and also another product called Z. So this type of analysis, that when customer purchase some items X, whether it is also purchasing the items Y and Z or not, this type of analysis we do in the descriptive market basket analysis. Now, what are the benefits of market basket analysis? So some of the benefits we have outlined here. So first of all, for better pricing strategies, we can formulate better pricing strategies for the customers by combining such items which are frequently purchased together. So for example, when the customer is purchasing the bread, he is also purchasing butter and milk together with bread. So by combining, or by providing or making available all three products, the bread, butter and the milk together, we can offer better pricing, and this can lead to the more benefit in terms of the business, and can provide us growth in our sales. The next benefit is better understanding of customer purchases. So this gives us better understanding of customer purchases, and if I can have such idea that what are the purchasing trends of my customers in my area, for example, I would be able to better utilize my resources, and I can manage my inventory in a better way. So I can only say that better inventory management or better utilization of resources means that, for example, I'm more focused on purchasing or maintaining the inventory of the items which are frequently bought together, rather than those which are less frequently purchased. So this way I can maximize on my sales, and I can maximize on my resource utilization as well as on the inventory management. Now the next question is that when we talk about the market basket analysis, how it works. So there are 7 steps in market basket analysis. The first step starts with the collection of the data on customer transactions. So we need to find out the details of the customers with the transactions, with their transaction details, and what are the items that each and every customer is purchasing. So once we collected the data, the next step is called as the cleaning and pre-processing of the data. So pre-processing step is one of the important or critical steps in any kind of data analysis technique, and there are multiple sub steps that we need to perform when we are performing the pre-processing step. So inside the pre-processing step, we first try to remove the irrelevant or the redundant information from the data. Once we clear up with this step, then we go and find out that are there any missing values in our data? If so, then we need to find out that what method we can use to handle these missing values. Once the missing values has been handled in the data, now we can move on to the next step, which is called as converting the data into a format suitable for the analysis. So here we are going to do what? That we are actually standardizing or normalizing the data or the attributes in the given data set. So this can be done by scaling the data values to a certain range, certain specific range, so that the data comes in a standard or a normalized form, and which is easier to process. The third step in this process is to apply some rule mining algorithms. So association rule mining algorithms we need to choose next, which are going to give us an understanding of that what are the useful rules that we can draw from our data set. So for this, the most popular algorithms are a priori and FP growth algorithm. We can choose any one of such algorithm for mining the association rules. Step 4 is to calculate the support and the confidence for each frequent item set. So this is through the algorithm. So whatever algorithm you have chosen up, that algorithm is going to calculate the support and the confidence for each of the frequent item sets. Once this is done, the association rules are being generated. Now, in the next step, we are trying to interpret the results of the MBA analysis. So whatever analysis we have found out, or whatever rules we have extracted from the transaction data set, now we need to interpret those results. And finally, we have to use these insights to make the business decisions. So whatever analysis or interpretation you have got, or whatever patterns or the frequent item sets which you have concluded from your data set, that you need to use further for taking business decisions. So this is the overall strategy or overall methodology of using the market basket analysis. And now we move on to more technical terms. So the first thing is, what are the association rules? So association rule is basically an implication expression of the form X implies Y, right? So every association rule we are writing like X implies Y, and this implication symbol, this tells us that whenever X is going to be purchased by the customer is also purchasing an item Y. Now these X and Y, those could be the item sets containing one single item or a collection of items. So Y could be like, for example, X could be, for example, if X is, for example, I write egg. So whenever the user is purchasing egg, he is also purchasing, for example, bread. So this is one example of an association rule. Similarly, for example, another association rule on the same data set could be like, when bread and milk, they are purchased together, the user is always purchasing butter together with them. So this way we are able to find out the association rules. Every association rule, as you see, it is going to have three parts or three components. One is called as the LHS or the left hand side. This is called as the RHS or the right hand side, and this is the implication symbol. The left hand side and the right hand side, these could be the item sets. This is again an item set, containing one or more, products or the items from the data set, right? So this is one example of transaction data set that we have with us, and as you can see that we are having the transaction IDs made by the customers, and together with this we are having a list of items that have been purchased with the respective transactions. So for example, in the first transaction the user have purchased bread, milk and butter together, and in the second one user has purchased bread, milk, butter and egg, and similar ways in the fourth one, Coke, bread, milk, butter, these are being purchased by the customers. So a record of 10 such transactions we have with us, and we are going to see that whatever we have learned about the frequent item sets, how to apply those terms onto this data set, and how to find out the frequent item sets. So before going deep into the market basket analysis or the frequent pattern mining, first of all we need to know certain key terms. So the first term here is the item set. So item set is nothing but a collection of different items. The next term is called as the support count. So support count is the frequency of occurrence of an item set. So how many times the item or the set of items is listed or being purchased into your data set, we need to count the occurrences, and that way we can find out the support count. Another term which is frequently used in the market basket analysis is called as the support. So support is nothing but the fraction of transactions that contains both item set X and item set Y. So to find out the support, how we can apply, so there is one formula through which we can find out the support. So we can find out support S of, for example, certain item X as finding out, for example, the support count. So we can find out a support count of X divided by the total number of transactions, or total number of transactions. So for example, if the support count is of X is 5, for example, and the total number of transactions that we have inside the data set, they are 10, then we have to find out this ratio, and this will give 0.5. So this becomes the support for X. Similarly, the confidence is another important term. So confidence measures how many times the item set Y appears in transactions when X appeared. So basically confidence gives us the probability where whenever the X is being purchased, what is the probability that Y also has been purchased, or we can say that it is the probability of how many times X and Y together being purchased by a specific customer. So to find out the confidence, we apply the formula, like for example, we can say that confidence of purchasing, for example, milk when bread is also going to be purchased. This can be found out by finding out the support of milk and bread together divided by the support of milk purchased alone. So this is the formula for finding out the confidence value. Now we need to understand the difference between the support and the confidence. So support is actually with respect to the total number of transactions that have been made, or that you are analyzing. So for example, what is the probability of purchasing item X or item set X with respect to the total number of transactions. So how many times, when 10 transactions were made by the customers, how many times product X has been, or a set of product X has been picked up by the customers. And confidence gives us the confidence in saying that whenever X has been picked up, what is the probability that Y also has been picked up. Now these are the formula and how we apply here. So for example, we can take one association rule, like we can say that whenever milk is going to be purchased, bread is also being purchased by the customer, and we need to find out that what is the support of this rule. So to find out the support, we just need to apply the formula that I already have explained here. We are finding out the support count for milk and bread together and dividing it by the number of transactions. Similarly, to find out the confidence of this rule, we can apply the formula for finding out the confidence, and for this we just need to find out the support count of the left hand side and right hand side together for this rule, and dividing it by the support count of the left hand side. So this way we are going to find out the confidence. Now let's define that what is the association rule mining task. So association rule mining task is that given a set of transactions T, find all rules which are having support greater than or equal to minimum support threshold, and the rules are having a confidence value which is greater than or equal to the minimum confidence threshold. So most of the time when we are applying or we are solving the numericals, we have been given the min support and the min confidence value for certain association rules, and we need to find out that which are the rules which are satisfying this criteria. So those becomes the frequent item sets. So now let's try whatever we have learned here. So for example, again the same data set I have taken up for 10 transactions, and for first we need to find out the support of milk. So how we can find out the support of milk? This we can find out by counting the number of occurrences of the milk in this set of transactions and then dividing it by the total number of transactions. So I need to find out number of occurrence of milk and then divide it by the size of the transaction data or the total number of transactions. So as you can see here that for milk 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So 7 times milk has appeared in these transactions. So we can write 7 by number of transactions 10. So this will gives us the probability as 0.7. So this is the support of item set milk. Now to find out the support of milk implies bread, this association rule, we need to find out the support for this. So how we can find it out? Again, we are applying the same formula and we are finding out the support So we are finding out the support of item X and Y together. So here X is milk and bread, and we need to divide it by the total number of transactions T. So this comes to support of milk and bread. We are finding it out from here. So milk bread 1, milk bread 2, then milk and bread 3, bread and milk 4, then milk and bread 5, 6 and 7. So we have again 7 occurrences. Then we need to find out the number of transactions, which is 10. So that way we can find out the value of this. Similar ways we can find out the support for Coke, bread, milk and butter. So for this we just need to find out the occurrences here. So occurrence count, once you find out, then you divide it by the total number of transactions, which is 10, and that way you can find out the support value. To find the confidence of bread milk to butter, for this, we need to apply the formula that we are finding out, the support of bread milk and butter together. So bread milk and butter, 1 occurrence, second occurrence, third occurrence, 4, then 5 and 6. So there are 6 occurrences, so we can write 6 divided by the support of the left hand side. So we need to find out the support of bread and milk. So support of bread and milk, you need to find out and you need to supply it here, and that way you can find out the value of the confidence. So with this, we are done for today. Thank you very much.